review of the National Irish Championship is brought to you by B4MX.com, the classified ads website for everything off-road.
Hello and welcome to Saturday the 25th of May 2019, where we've made it as far north as north goes for this series to Robinson's MX Park here in Claudy. Now Robinson's is a relatively new circuit to the Irish scene and it's only been open for the last year or two, but you really wouldn't guess that by the great care taken in the track prep for this season. As you can see here behind me, the paddock is beginning to fill up, and the other thing to notice today is the weather. It's the first rainy start to a round that we've had so far this season, with a relatively dry day in Cork and also in Tandragee. But the good thing is that it's the first time we also take on a sand circuit, and at least the ground should be able to take the moisture that will come from the sky throughout the day. A couple of things to watch out for though would be if there's any areas where the water collects as a pool and makes it boggy coming in or out of corners, and just the heavy sand as well. Trying to get through it is going to be quite physically demanding on the riders for today, but no doubt the expert class should be well able for it, and we look forward to some fantastic racing throughout round 3 of the National Irish Motocross Championship. You can see the start gates just behind me here at Robinson's, and it's a relatively long start straight into a tight right-hander and then kink left again throughout the first couple of turns at the start of the race. So similar to what we saw in Tandragee, it's going to be a very strong out pack very early in the lap. It goes on then to dive down over the first tabletop, which also marks the finish line, and on then up into the back section of the circuit. But as you can see on your left, it's quite a spectacular view as you come around the opening part of the lap, although I don't think the riders will have much time to look at it. It seems around all of this lap that as soon as you think you're going to get a break, they've thrown in a ski jump just to get that last bit of energy out of you. But this is the first part of the circuit here where I've seen a maximum commitment jump. I've noticed this on, I think it was Robinson's Facebook page or Instagram videos. They might have had Martin Barnes, Glenn McCormick and a couple of the others. But it's this step down here. And it is a long way to get to the down ramp with not a lot of a run up to it. As you can see here behind me, it's short enough into the corner. So it'll be interesting to see if the riders are opting to run outside to the berm and square it up straight to get the good jump down here, or can they clip it around the inside and carry that speed, tightening up the landing for them, a little bit riskier but also faster. Just another small thing to note here at Robinson's Park is this chicane on the downhill behind me. Now I know it was up for debate after I think it could have been around at the Ulster Championship as to whether they should leave it in or take it out, and it was put in to slow the track down a bit. As you can see, it's a long way down this hill where you're hard on the gas and probably hitting the tabletop 5th gear flat out and trying to scrub off some speed if this chicane wasn't here. But the downside to it is it makes the track very one-lined and very rough, so there'll be little chance of overtaking coming down here as the riders will have to follow through and try and make the move at the bottom of the hill. Now one thing that never really comes across on video or on YouTube or GoPro footage is the elevation change that you see at the track, and this camera probably isn't going to do it any justice either. But if you look straight across at that bank in front of me, it must be 6 or 7 stories up, I'd say, and this has to be one of the most intimidating faces I've seen in Irish motocross here, and it's this step up that they've built in Robinson's. Now I saw on the Facebook page again during the week that they've done this especially for the National Irish Championship, where they've peaked it up a bit higher. But guys, I'm not even joking, like, it's just an absolute wall straight up here. And if you don't know the lap coming into it, you want to be pretty sure where you're going when you get over the top of it, because you can hit this with a lot of speed. And this here is the view from the top. Now I'm not sure if there's any scale to be seen in this picture, but if you maybe follow the fence posts all the way down along, you can see how much of a difference in height it really is here. We've got a couple of guys walking down the track there, and I suppose they're not even halfway down the valley yet, but again a long up ramp here on this step up. After the step up, then you're into the final corner of the circuit, which is a left-handed hairpin that takes you down into this drop-off and back past the start straight again. And I suppose to summarise the lap, it's tight and twisty from the get-go here, straight off the gate into some elevation changes and out to the back part of the section into the wooded area. But after that, then you come out into the open part of the track where it really is fast and flat-out racing. So it'll be very spectacular here to watch on this circuit today. A couple of things I noticed on the way around the track was that the water's beginning to accumulate at the bottom of the valley in some sections, so the ground is going to be pretty heavy. And the other thing to keep an eye on is momentum. It's going to be a track where I'd say after the first practice or the first race, everybody's going to be using those outside berms to try and keep the speed up and keep the bike light over the ground. But no doubt it'll give some fantastic racing, so let's get straight into it now and catch up with some practice. Alright, so we're here with Joshua McCorkell for round 3 of the National Irish Championship. And Joshua, this is you haven't attended the first 2 rounds, but you're going to throw your hand in the championship at this stage.
Aye, it's my first round in the Irish this year. I took last year out due to an injury. I was riding a 450 at the start of the year, but I've changed now to Kawasaki, and just going to go out today and try and give it all and enjoy it. Like.
And you're saying to me there before, you've done the first few rounds of the Ulster Championship. How's that been going for you, and where are you sitting in that?
Not too bad. I started off in the 450 at the start of the season, and got offered a good deal in a Kawasaki, so we took a change. As I say, it's just a comeback year for me, as I was out last year, and I'm just enjoying this season and trying to progress as I go on in the year.
And have you raced around Robinson's here before, and if you have, is there anything to watch out for?
Well, it's a home track, and I would give a hand, and I would say fair play to Sean McLaughlin and Matty and the rest of the track team for getting the course ready today. As I say, it's sitting in perfect conditions, but it's a very, very good track. It's only really opened a couple of years, so they're trying their best, like.
Yeah, now we're standing here at the top of this step up that I've remarked on in the track preview. So is this something you've jumped yourself before, and how much commitment is needed to get over it?
Well, it's a good jump, as I say. It's they've put a bigger lip on it today, and it's one of the jumps that you have to come out the whole way up to it, like. So it's one they look out for today.
Definitely. Okay, well, thanks very much for talking to us, Joshua, and we wish you the very best of luck today. Okay.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
And a big thanks to all those supporting Joshua McCorkell in his racing efforts in this 2019 season.
Right, so we're just pre-practice here and we're catching up with Dylin Stynes. And Dylin, you're sitting 7th in the National Irish Championship for MX2. How's your season been going so far?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I've been struggling a bit at the start of the year, just coming back after my injury last year, but the last couple of weeks I've made some improvements and I'm starting to get back to myself. The last round wasn't too bad. I had a 6th overall, but I had some good races and better starts. And then the last round, the Nationals as well, I got a top 10 result for the first time since my injury, so everything's kind of starting to come back together again, so yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, and definitely a lot of tough competition over there in Ling for the MX Nationals. So overall, are you happy with your performance in the championship for this season, or where would you like to see yourself when it all wraps up?
Yeah, it's not too bad at the start. I prefer to be closer to the front, like closer to that top 5 at least, but hoping to push on through the second half of the year and get back there. But the competition this year in England and over here in Ireland is definitely after coming up a few levels in the last couple of years, which is great to see. But yeah, no, it's fun racing here.
Yeah, we've seen some fantastic racing for the first couple of rounds here in Vernon Mount and Tandragee. Robinson's today, is it a track you like, or is it a track that maybe intimidates you a bit, or how do you feel about this place?
I was here for the Ulster Championship there at the start of the year in March. It's a fast track, it gets rough and it can catch you out really. Like, it's a bit deceiving, like it looks really, really sandy, but it has a hard base underneath and it gets square edged bumps, but it's nice. It's a fun track to ride. Something can be a bit hard to pass in some spots, but it's always prepped really well, and so yeah, no, the racing should be good here. Yeah,
no, a big crowd turning out so far here in the paddock as everybody begins to arrive in. But look, we'll wish you the very best of luck for today's racing, and hopefully see you on the podium at the end of the day if everything goes really well.
Hopefully, yeah. Cheers, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And a big thanks to all those supporting Dylin Stynes in his racing efforts in this 2019 season.
Right, so we're catching up here with Stephen Mullally, and Stephen, you're currently sitting in 8th position overall in the championship for MX1. How are you feeling about your championship overall so far?
Yeah, we had a little slow start. I started kind of behind everyone this year. I broke my leg in November, so I had to get my leg and ankle rebuilt. Start November, so we're a little bit behind, but we're starting to get there, yeah. Ball's starting to get going alright.
The starts haven't seemed to be too much trouble for you. You've been up front early on in rounds 1 and round 2, but just hanging on to that lead pack is something that maybe needs a little bit of improvement. Do you feel that you can pick up on that pace there today in Robinson's?
Yeah, hopefully. We've been working on that as well anyway, so hopefully we can get good starts and go with the lads. If the lads get away from you at all, it's very hard to make time in them because we're going so well. The competition this year is after stepping up something serious, so you need a good start and go with them straight away.
Yeah, definitely. That's something I've heard from a couple of the riders around the paddock, is that this year's competition, there really is fierce. There's a lot of people who could take the win on any day, but you've been doing well over in England as well, racing the MX Nationals. How has that championship been going for you?
Yeah, it's not going too bad. Kind of, we're learning the tracks every time we go over. They're all new tracks and we're learning them as well, so it's not too bad, that sort of way. It's brilliant racing, it's brilliant weekends, and yeah, not too bad.
And is this your first time here at Robinson's, or have you been here to this circuit before?
No, we were here at the Ulster this year, and we were here on the 1 to 5 last year as well in MX2. So yeah, no, it's a brilliant circuit, and I think the track's unreal, deadly track.
Yeah, and I saw on the Robinson's Facebook page there that they've built up a big step up in the middle of the circuit. So is that something that intimidates you, or are you well able for anything that this track throws at you here today?
We'll have to hit it, anyways. I don't think if you're not hitting it, you're not going to be in the race. So we're going to have to hit it whether we want it or not.
Yeah.
No, it's brilliant to see tracks doing improvements, and new tracks springing up as well. I see there's another new one there near Desert Martin, somewhere like that as well, so it's brilliant. I think the South need to follow suit a little bit if we could.
Yeah, I'd absolutely agree with you. I think it's Clunty MX is the new one that's after opening up, so if anybody's watching in the South and wants to open a circuit, we'd very much appreciate it down our way. Yeah, okay, well look, we'll wish you the very best of luck for today, Stephen, and hopefully see you up there at the front.
Yeah, thanks very much. Cheers, thank you.
Thank you.
And a big thanks to all those supporting Stephen Mullally and his racing efforts in this 2019 season. That's a quick look at the track and a catch up with the practice from MX2 and MX1 and round 3 of the National Irish Motocross Championship from Robinson's MX Park. Before I continue, I'd just like to wish all the best to Jordan Dunne in his recovery from a big crash at a round of the Southern Masters in Gormanston, where we believe he fractured his pelvis amongst some other injuries. So the best luck in your recovery and look forward to seeing you back on the bike again soon. If you've been enjoying our reviews of the championship and you'd like to see the previous rounds, then you can find them on our YouTube channel B4MX. Catch up a little bit later in the week where we'll be covering all the MX2 and MX1 racing, and you can see who's come out on top in the championship, where it's Jake Sheridan in the lead on the way in MX2 and John Mira in MX1. As always, if you've been enjoying our videos and you'd like to show some support, then please do so by placing an ad for free on the B4MX.com website using the promo code B4MX2019 at the checkout. We'll catch you in the next one.